apart or closer together, whatever feels better for you. And walk your hands out in front. From here, you might rock your forehead a little side to side. And just start to settle into your mat. You might take a moment to feel heavy in all the parts of your body that are contacting the floor. Your hands, your forearms, your shins. And every time you exhale, feel a little bit heavier. And every time you inhale, feel a little bit lighter in the top of your body, through your back, your shoulders. Take a full breath in, fill your belly. Open your mouth, release. Walk your hands a little further forward, extend your child's pose. Lift up onto your forearm, onto your fingers. Relax your shoulders back and down. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Lower your palms down to the mat. And press into them. Start to wave forward until you find a tabletop position. When you get there, drop your belly through cow pose, bend your elbows, press your hips back into child's pose. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, press back. Couple more like that. Follow your own breath. Then we'll start to switch out your direction. So you're pressing back and then pulling forward. Once your spine starts to feel warm, come to a tabletop position. Start to walk your hands back until you're in a comfy seated position. Then you can come and sit cross-legged. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And cactus your elbows, take them nice and wide. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, hold. And start to take this into a twist towards the right side. And continue to sit up nice and tall. Every time you inhale, see if you can create more space between every vertebra of your spine. One more inhale. One more exhale. Start to unwind your twist. Reach your arms overhead. Then hinge forward over your front hip. Stretch it out. Start to walk your hands back in. Switch them out, your legs, so that the opposite leg is in front. Then inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, cactus, pull down. Keep spreading your fingers wide. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Pull your elbows towards the back. Keep spreading through your fingers. Then start to twist towards the left. You can use your right hand to really press against your left knee, sit up a little taller. Then release back to center. Fold over your front leg. And really breathe into your front hip. Start to walk your hands back in. Unwind your legs so that they're straight out in front of you, soles of your feet on the ground. Reach your arms out in front of you. Pull your belly button up and in, and then start to lean back. When you get about halfway, rise back up. Inhale, lean back, pull your ribs together. Exhale, sit. on the ground, as firm as you can get them, they're gonna wanna lift up. Relax your shoulders, activate your fingers. Slowly make your way all the way down onto your rack. When you get there, bring your hands to the tops of your feet and find a happy baby. You can rock a little side to side. Extend one leg at a time. Then release your grip. Bring the soles of your feet down to the mat. Feet are hips distance apart. Palms are face down. Inhale, lift your hips. Find a bridge pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Tuck your shoulders under your body. And press your tailbone straight forward. Your weight is in all four corners of your feet. You should feel work in your hamstrings, your glutes, and your back. Every time you inhale, send your chest a little bit higher towards the sky and open through your heart and the front of your body. Reach your arms overhead. Start to circle out your wrists. Maybe use one hand to press the opposite palm down. And then switch it out. Then bring your hands to your hips. Make sure they're nice and level. Really feel the evenness across your hip bones. And take one more full breath in. Gently release down to the mat. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And allow both knees to land over towards the right side. Find a twist, look towards the left. You can tee out your arms, just make sure both your shoulder blades are all the way down on the ground. Make your way back to center. Switch out your legs. Take your gaze the other way. Make your way back to center. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. Maybe even round your forehead towards your knees. Then we'll start to rock and roll the entire length of your spine. You can grab behind your thighs. Just start to take a few rocks forward and back. Eventually you'll rock your way all the way into a standing fold at the top of your mat. And when you get there, grab opposite elbows, hang heavy. Put a nice gentle bend in your knees. Just allow gravity to really do the work here. Head is relaxed, face is relaxed. You can stay here as long as you need. When you're ready, release your grip. Tuck your chin. Nice and slow, roll your way all the way up to stand. When you get there, take some big shoulder rolls. Backwards. Then forward, switch it out. Start to find neutral, stand tall. Spread your fingers wide, turn them to face the front. Pick up all of your toes and see if you can set them each down one at a time and feel the activation that creates in your legs. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Blink your eyes open, reach your arms overhead. Soft bend in your knees, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, bring your hands to your shins, get long in your spine. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step back, then lift your hips up and back, find your first downward facing dog. As you arrive in your down dog, you might pedal out your feet, bend your knees, wiggle side to side. So anything you need to kind of warm up and to feel into your body here. You can nod your head yes and no. And inhale, way forward Eventually, come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward, find a plank position. Drop your knees down to the mat, untuck your toes. You want to feel like your upper body's in one strong diagonal line. Press into your hands, slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. When you get there, hands stay right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. You should still be able to wiggle your fingers. Gently release. Press yourself back through child's pose. Then curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Rise onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step forward, feet to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, right back down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, find your plank. You can drop your knees or you can leave them lifted, lower all the way down onto your belly. This time, press into your hands a little bit harder. Open through your heart, cobra. Your arms can be bent or you can start to straighten them up a little bit more. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Rise onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, move forward, top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, right back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your plank. You can lower all the way, or you can exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Then press into the tops of your feet, sweep your chest through, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of your mat, feet to hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, reach high. This time, option for a little heart opener. Cactus your elbows. Pull your elbows back, but keep them in line with your shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. This time we'll step your right foot back, drop your knee, lift your arms, find a low lunge. So as you arrive here, see if you can keep both your knees bent at 90 and 90 degrees. You might even get a stretch in your right hip flexor. Arms reach overhead, pinkies turn in, thumbs turn out, but your shoulders are relaxed. Option for a heart opener here, cactus your arms, get broad through your collarbones. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Start to walk your hands back and straighten through your left leg. Flex your toes towards your face. Pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. Stay right here. Keep flexing your left toes, or take this into your IT band by walking both hands over towards the left side. Start to make your way back to center. Walk your hands forward. Then we'll press into your right hand, maybe tent up onto your right fingertips. Reach your left hand for your right foot. Find a quad stretch. If you find that you need more space, you can lift up onto that left thigh. Gently start to release your grip if you have it. Kickstand your right foot out towards the right, and sweep your left leg behind you for a modified side plank. So options here, you can bring the inside of that left foot all the way down, maybe your whole left foot all the way down, or you can keep that left leg lifted, maybe find a second quad stretch, bend your knee, and kick into your hand. Gently release your grip if you have it. Inside of your foot comes all the way down. If it's not already there, rise up, gate pose. Then flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse your gate. Windmill your hands all the way down and around. Then left toes down, right toes up and back. You're in a three-legged plank. You can stay here, you can flow with three legs, or you can take a regular flow. Exhale to lower, inhale to open up through your heart, exhale to downward facing dog. Rise onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, travel any way you want to get there, feet to hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. This time your left foot will step back. feels better on your knee. Then cactus your arms if you want the heart opener. Really open through your heart. Option to lift your gaze, but you don't have to. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot and then walk back towards your hips. Flex your right toes towards your face. Without actually moving your heel, magnetize it back towards your body. So feel like you're pulling it towards your body. And then maybe you take it into your IT band, both hands walk over towards your right side, flex your toes. Start to walk back to center, then take it forward, bend into your right knee. Keep your left hand down, reach around with your right hand for your left foot, find a quad stretch. And again, if you feel you need more space, lift off your fingertips and bring your forearm to your thigh. Gently start to release. Kickstand your left foot out towards the left. Sweep your right leg behind you, modified side plank. So again, options, your foot can be down or it can be lifted. And if you want another quad stretch, bend your knee, take your hand to the top of your foot and kick hard into your hand. Pull your ribs together. If you have the foot, release it. Bring the inside of your foot all the way down, then rise up, gate pose. Flip your front palm, reach up and back out of your side body, reverse. Windmill your hands all the way down. Then step your right toes back, lift your left high, three-legged plank. You can flow, go straight to down dog, or maybe it's a three-legged flow that takes you to down dog. When you get there, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Rise onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, then exhale, move feet to hands any way you want to get there. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Then sink your hips, reach your arms, we'll find chair pose. So, you can have your toes touching, or you can have a little space between your feet. It just depends what feels better for you. Arms can be overhead, or hands can be at your heart. Put a little tuck in your tailbone, but not a big one. You want your back to be nice and flat. And then see if you can sink 1 inch lower. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. You can take it through your flow, or you can skip it and just go straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Bend your knee and open your hip. And just roll out your ankle. Take some big circles with your knee. Then send your right leg long. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Step it between your hands. Back toes turn to 45 degrees. Lift your arms. Warrior one. In this warrior one, you want your hips to be nice and square. Arms reach overhead. Back leg is long and strong. Press into the blade edge of your back foot. And release your hands to your low back. Clasp them together, pull down, open up through your heart. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. So your right shoulder tracks to the inside of your right knee. The closer you bring your wrists together, the deeper stretch this will be in your shoulders. Press down with your feet to rise up. Release your grip. Reach your arms back overhead. Then exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Lift your right arm, driving flat rest. So lift up through the back of your knee. Start to draw some big circles with your right arm. Make sure you go in both directions. Then start to square it off. Walk both hands over towards the left side for wide legs forward fold. Turn your toes slightly inward. And you might take turns bending into each of your knees. Eventually, bring your hands back to neutral. Tuck your chin, slowly roll your way all the way up to stand. When you get there, reach your arms overhead. Start to heel toe your feet all the way in until they touch. And when they do, come to the back edge of your mat. Rise up onto the balls of your feet and start to sink your glutes all the way down until they hover over your heels for toe stand. Then drop your knees down towards the mat, but stay up on your shins. You'll be in a tall kneeling position. You can go ahead and untuck your toes in the back. Then we'll find a side bend towards the front. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend to the back. Inhale back to center. This time as we side bend, exhale, bring your hand all the way down. Kick your left foot behind you, modified side plank. Start to pull it back in. Use your obliques to rise up. Exhale, side bend to the back. Kick your front foot forward. Start to rise back up. We'll take a couple more on each side. Move at your own pace and with your own breath. And eventually, we'll end in our modified side plank. Face towards the back of the room. And then bring the inside of your foot down, rise up, reach back, gate pose. Windmill your hands all the way down. Be in that tabletop position. Bring your right toes down, lift your left leg. Option for that three-legged flow. Or you skip it, and you just find down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your left leg. Bend your knee, open your hip. Press equally into both of your hands. And try to avoid locking out your elbows. You want to be gentle on your joints. Then start to square it back off. Pull your left knee into your chest. Create more space between your shoulders. Use your core. Step it through. Right heel to 45 degrees. Lift your arms. Find your warrior one. So you can assist yourself by bringing your hands to your hips and making sure that they're nice and square. Then reaching your arms back overhead. Bring your hands to your low back. Put the opposite thumb on top. Pull down, open up. Exhale, hinge forward. Humble warrior. Relax through your face, through your jaw. And then start to rise back up. Release your grip, reach your arms. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Lift your left arm. And just start to circle it out. And eventually, walk both hands back towards the center of your mat into your wide leg forward fold. You might take the same thing on this side, bending into each knee. Or you can mix it up with something a little different. I'll find a twist. This is really kind of anything goes. And eventually you'll start to come back to center. Tuck your chin. Press down with your feet. Be light in your arms. Roll up to stand. When you get there, heel toe your feet all the way in. Then come to align your heels with the back edge of your mat. Reach your arms overhead. Rise up onto the balls of your feet and start to sink all the way down until you find your toe stand. When you do, drop your knees, rise up onto your shins, and find a kneeling position. And again, the first time we'll just take some side bends. We'll take it to the back first this time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time as you take it to the back, bring your left hand all the way down. Kick your right foot forward. Rise back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Modified side plank. Come back to center. And keep moving side to side. Your pace, your breath. And eventually, we'll end facing towards the front. And again, we'll set the inside of that back foot down. Rise up, reach back, gate pose. And from here, windmill your hands all the way down. And lift your right leg up and back. Option for your three-legged flow, or you just totally skip it. This time, rise onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, travel forward any way you want to get there. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bring your toes to touch, sink your hips, chair pose, second round. This time we'll move between chair and your halfway lift and your forward fold a few times. So as you exhale, straighten your legs, sweep your arms behind you, palms face up like you're going to dive into a pool, flat back. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms, chair pose. A couple more like that. Straighten your legs, sweep your arms back, palms face up. Inhale, sink your hips, reach your arms, chair pose. One more time, exhale. Inhale. And this time in chair, we'll keep our hips low, but sweep your arms back, palms face up. Then option to stay here or start to rise onto the balls of your feet. Sink your glutes all the way down. Option for crow, hands come down to the mat. And if you want to play with your crow, I like to turn my fingers a little bit outwards. And then step your feet back a little bit, but stay on your toes. Make a shelf for your shins. Look forward and start to pull your heels towards your glutes. And you might fall. And if you fall, you can just keep playing with it. Maybe you just do one heel at a time. Just for fun. Then eventually, you can meet back in your toe stand. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Option to flow. Or not. Just down dog. And this time from down dog, drop your knees. Walk your hands forward. Child's pose. In this child's pose, take a moment to really reconnect with your breath. To scan your body, to notice how you're doing, the heat, the energy that you're creating. And to come back to your intention if you had one. Eventually, we'll press into your hands and just find a tabletop position. And start to just rinse yourself back out with some cat and cow. You might even take it into big hip circles, walk your hands forward and start to move your hips in big circles. From here, we'll find thread the needle, so come to your tabletop position. Inhale, lift your right arm, open your palm towards the right side, and exhale, thread it through, right shoulder, right cheek, all the way down. Your left arm can either walk out in front, or it can take a half bind by tucking into your right hip crease. And then if you want to, you can start to add balance. Your left leg will go long, flex your toes, and see if you can lift your leg up off the mat. And if you want to topple backwards, use your core, pull your ribs together a little bit more. Then eventually set your knee down. Slide your left hand in, press into your palm, lift your right arm, open up, then set your hand down, lift the left arm, exhale, thread it through. Same options on this side. So find one that you like. eventually start to make your way back out. Press into your palm, open up. Set it down. Cat and cow if you need it. When you feel good, you make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg. Bend your knee and open your hip, and you can stay right here, or you can start to shift your shoulders forward, step your right foot behind you, lift your hips towards the sky for wild thing. To come out, drop your hips towards the ground, step your right foot over your left, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull your knee into your chest just one time, step it through. Stay on the ball of your back foot, lift your arms, crescent lunge. So in your crescent lunge, you want your tailbone to be pointed straight down towards the ground. And you're only going to be able to do that if you bend your left knee. Cactus your arms, open up. Then start to twist towards the right side as you open your arms wide. Now you can start to lift up through the back of your knee. Exhale, tip forward, tap the mat. Then inhale, rise back up. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tip forward, hold. You're right back in your dragonfly twist. Then start to walk your hands towards the center, right back to your wide leg forward fold. This time, tuck your chin. Slowly start to roll your way back up to stand. We'll turn your toes to the outside corners this time. Reach your arms overhead, star pose. Exhale, so bend your knees, bend your elbows, got a squat. So while you're here, you want to pull your belly up and in. Feel your weight mostly in your heels, but also in the rest of your foot as well. We'll take a big side bend towards the front. Come back to center. Side bend towards the back. Exhale. Inhale, center. Now this time, as you exhale, we'll take that side bend, and just like we did before, we'll start to lift our back leg into balancing half moon. Then big step back, take it to the back. Big step back. Couple more times your pace. If you feel wobbly or if you fall over, that's okay. It just means that you're trusting your body. You're putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation that you're going to grow from. So don't feel bad if you topple. And eventually we'll find our balancing half moon face towards the back. When you get there, maybe you start to bend your top leg, take your hand to your foot, find sugar cane. And if you're here, maybe you can start to lift your bottom hand, bring it towards your heart. And eventually, gently, gently release. Take a big step back, warrior two. So you want your left leg to have a deep bend, your right leg to be long and strong behind you. And your arms reach equally in both directions. Flip your front palm, reach forward, up and back, reverse. Then exhale into side angle, left elbow to your left thigh. Spiral your right hand all the way down. Your left arm lifts up, dragonfly twist. And then from here, you can find your modified side plank, drop your knee. You've been there before. Or you can find your full side plank, step your front foot to meet your back foot. And then if you're there, maybe you lift your leg, maybe you find a tree leg, maybe you step it behind you and find another wild thing. And then start to square it off towards the mat. You can take a flow, or you can leave it off, and just find downward dog. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stay right where you are, or start to step it behind you. Lift your hips up. Wild thing. To come out, drop your hips. Step your left foot over. Three-legged dog. And pull your knee in towards your chest. Step it through. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Rise up. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Your back knee should be bent. Then cactus your arms open. Start to twist towards the left side. Tee out your arms, wide twist. Now you can lift up the back of that leg. Pull your belly up and in. Exhale, start to tip forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tip forward. Hold right back in your dragonfly twist. Start to walk both your hands back over towards the center of your mat for your wide leg forward fold. Turn your toes. Slowly roll up to stand. Then reach your arms overhead. So my toes are pointed right to the opposite corners of my mat here. Then exhale, sink your hips. Feel like there's a weight attached to your tailbone. And see if you can lean back just a little bit. We'll take our side bend to the back first. Then inhale back to center. Exhale forward. Inhale center. This time as you take it back, start to lift your front leg into balancing half moon. And if you're not loving this, just keep going with the side bends and leave off the half moons. And this time we'll eventually end. Face towards the front of the room. When you get there, maybe you start to add the quad stretch. Bend your knee, take your hand to your foot for sugar cane. And maybe you can bring your bottom hand towards your heart. Maybe you wobble, and that's okay. Then eventually, take a big step back into warrior two, and if you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. So you want your front heel to be aligned with the arch of your back foot. And then, reach your arms overhead. Try to reach equally in both directions. Flip your front palm, reach forward, up and back. Reverse. Then exhale into side angle. Left elbow to your left thigh. Then we'll take your left hand down. Lift your right arm, dragonfly twist. From here, you can find your modified side plank by dropping your knee down and sweeping your right leg behind you, or you can roll onto the edge of your back foot, step back, and find your full side plank. And then maybe you want to lift a leg, maybe you want to step your foot behind you and find another wild thing. And eventually, we'll make our way back into downward facing dog. You could take a flow if you wanted, or you could leave it. And this time, from down dog, we'll find half pigeon. So lift your right leg, pull your right knee towards your right wrist, set your knee down, set your foot down, and then look behind you. Make sure your back leg is long and strong, and start to fold forward any amount to get a big stretch in your right hip. And if you don't love this half pigeon, you could always come onto your back and take your reclined figure four. You slowly start to make your way back up. Shake it out however you want. I like to pedal out my feet. And lift your left leg. Pull your knee into your chest. Set it through. Again, make sure your back leg is long and strong. And then you can release. You can stack two fists. Use it to rest your head. Or maybe your head comes all the way down. And see what you can soften here. So your face, your hands, your shoulders. And start to walk your hands back in. Press into your palms. Shake this out. Rise onto your toes. Take little steps forward. Feet to hands. Rise up onto the balls of your feet. Drop your glutes. Then bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees go out wide. You can give your feet a little massage. Send them some love. Hinge forward if you want it. And slowly start to make your way back up. You can leave your feet exactly like this. Reach your arms out in front of you and start to roll down. You'll find a little last bit of core engagement here. Make your way all the way down. When you get there, bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. Close your eyes and just breathe. In this moment, you might just take time to feel grateful for your breath, for your body, your practice, your ability to move. And maybe for your resilience, your flexibility, your strength. That's not only your physical strength, it's also your emotional, your mental strength, your ability to change, to adapt, to get back up if you fall over. You have all of that within you. And your practice is an opportunity to practice that and to become even better at it. And we'll gently start to release this. Send both your legs straight up towards the sky. You can stay here and flex your toes for a waterfall, or you can support your hips and start to roll up a little bit higher into your shoulder stand. If you're in shoulder stand, the balls of your feet will be the highest point of your body. Just enjoy this reverse of blood, of lymph. It's so good for you. You can start to drop your feet behind your head if you want to for plow. Maybe use your knees to kind of press on your temples. And slowly start to make your way back down, really gently supporting your hips. And when you get there, set your feet down. Windshield wiper your knees. And just allow your low back to return to normal. And from here, you can take any other poses that you want before you rest in Shavasana. So you can pause the video, take anything else you're craving. And when you're ready, just make your way to a final resting position that works for you today. And keep in mind, this is really the most important part of your practice, where, like a sponge, you're able to sit in the watery goodness of everything you just created, emotionally, physically, mentally, and really absorb it. So allow that to yourself. Take one more full breath in, and then just let everything go. Exhale. Shavasana. make your way out. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Just find little movements. You might reach your arms overhead, stretch long. And eventually bend your knees, roll over onto one side. And just enjoy a final moment of stillness, of peace. Only when your body tells you it's ready, press yourself into a comfy seat and keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Then reach your arms overhead, gather up all the good things. Exhale, pull it in, bring your hands to your heart. And take one more full breath. Let it go. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys.